It began with something so insignificant, just fixing my ponytail in the dimly lit basement, but in a heartbeat, I was drowning. That one moment should have been utterly ordinary, but it unlocked a door I should have bolted shut. I'm Jessica, 45, and from the outside, my life in Brooklyn Heights was picture perfect. Married to Richard, a Wall Street shark, always hunting the next big deal, we lived in a brownstone, bills paid, the whole shebang. But behind the facade, my marriage was running on fumes. 8 years ago, saying I do meant inheriting more than a husband. I gained his son, Ethan. 15 then, all angles and awkwardness, like any teenager. Stepmotherhood felt foreign, so I kept my distance. Years flew by, college, then back home to our place to save cash while launching his career. Now, at 23, Ethan was unrecognizable from that shy kid. Tall, self-assured, a presence that filled every room. Saturday afternoon, the city hummed outside, but Richard was in Chicago, another deal, leaving me to manage our brownstone. Morning was spent wrestling with the disaster zone that was our basement, a task I'd been avoiding for weeks. Ethan offered to help, which mostly involved leaning against the workbench, glued to his phone. Fine by me, solo missions were my norm anyway. Sweat beaded on my forehead as I hauled boxes and swept up years of dust bunnies. My hair kept falling in my eyes, so I reached up to tie it back, a messy bun. That's when it happened. The strap of my tank slipped, shoulder bare, collarbone exposed. Totally unintentional, no performance intended, but when I glanced up, Ethan was watching. Phone forgotten, eyes fixed, lingering a beat too long. A strange heat prickled my neck. Let me get that," he mumbled, stepping forward, breaking the silence. I nodded, voice caught, letting him take the heavy box I was battling. But even side by side, I couldn't shake that look. Something shifted, air thickened. Told myself it was nothing, imagined, but all afternoon, I caught him glancing, each time the basement felt smaller, silence heavier. By the time we finished, my pulse was racing for reasons I refused to name. Fatigue, I told myself, but deep down, I knew. Something had changed in that basement, a line I had no business even glimpsing. That evening, alone in our living room, wine in hand, I replayed the basement scene. Not just the strap slip, but after, how he moved. Subtle shifts, closer than needed, brushing past, arm grazing mine, carrying boxes. Hours later, I still felt the phantom warmth. Ridiculous, stepson, shouldn't be thinking this, I scolded myself. But truth was, it wasn't just him, it was me. My body's reaction, heart hammering under his gaze, impossible to ignore. Sunday, I dodged him. Kitchen island, prepping brunch, hoping he'd sleep in. Mid-morning, he walked in, shirtless, just up, messy hair, every inch the young man, strong, confident, oblivious to the effect he had. Morning, casual, grabbing coffee. Morning, I replied, eyes glued to the cutting board, chopping tomatoes, hands trembling. He leaned against the counter, sipping. You okay? Quiet since yesterday. Froze, then forced a laugh. Just beat. Basement was a mess. Chuckled, low, easy. Yeah, worth it though. You're strong, for your size. Glanced up, surprised by the compliment. Eyes met, and there it was again, that basement look. Tension back, thick, undeniable, turned away fast, feigning focus on tomatoes. Someone had to do it, lightly. Next few days, avoided being alone with him. Pointless. Always around, always watching, those eyes seeing too much. Tried normal, stepmother act, but each time he entered a room, resolve crumbled a little more. Wednesday afternoon, Richard's still out of town. Yoga class just finished, still in leggings and tank. Garage door open, Ethan under the hood of his Mustang, sleek black months-long restoration project. Need a hand? Casual tone. Looked up, wiping hands on a rag. Sure, hold this? Stepped into the garage, wrench handed to me, hand guided to a bolt on the engine. Fingers brushed mine, jolt. Keep it steady, voice low, nodded, throat dry. Garage warm, summer heat seeping through the open door, but not just heat prickling my skin. Felt him behind me, close, scent of motor oil, sweat. Jessica, softly, voice breaking the silence. Turned to him, eyes met, no turning back, hand reached out, brushed my arm, breath caught. You felt it too, yesterday? Whisper. Should have walked away, said wrong, couldn't happen. Froze, as he stepped closer. Ethan, I began, but silenced with a look. Next thing, lips on mine. Every rational thought vanished. Kiss firm, insistent, hands gripping my waist, afraid I'd pull away. Didn't. First time in years, alive, desired, wanted, consumed by something bigger. Broke apart, breathless, heart pounding, sure he could hear it. We can't, shaky voice. Nodded, but eyes said he wasn't stopping. And deep down, neither was I. Thought garage kiss was the end, one-time mistake, loneliness, weakness. Days passed, clear it was just the beginning. Avoided Ethan, impossible to ignore. Same brownstone roof, every encounter, brief or long, charged tension. His eyes on me, watching, waiting. Worse, I was wanting it. Week later, garage incident, living room, channel surfing. Richard still gone, Chicago trip stretched into week 2. Camisole, pajama shorts, comfy, modest enough for home. Ethan walked in, shirtless, sheen of sweat. Home gym workout, I assumed. Water from fridge, leaned against counter, eyes scanning me, confidence that made my stomach flip. Up late, casual voice, tone heavier, shrugged, eyes on TV. Couldn't sleep. Walked over, couch, opposite end, room smaller, air thicker, scent of cologne, sweat, intoxicating, hated myself for noticing. Silence, low TV hum, felt his presence, knees almost touching. Tried screen, mind elsewhere. Jessica, soft voice, breaking quiet, looked at him, intensity in his eyes, breath hitched. This thing between us, trailed off, gaze locked. You feel it too, don't you? Opened mouth to deny, shut it down, but words wouldn't come. Truth was, I did. Every look, every near touch, body betrayed me. Ethan, we can't, whisper, barely audible. It's wrong. Moved closer, hand brushed mine. If it's so wrong, why does it feel like this? Couldn't answer, couldn't think. Just his hand, warm, sparks, leaned in, lips finding his, softer this time, slower, no less intense. Hand slid to waist, pulling me closer, melted into him, resolve gone. Kiss deepened, straddling him, fingers tangling in his hair, heart pounding, skin burning, heat years dormant. Hands roamed back, sides, igniting every nerve. Noise outside startled us, car doors slammed down the street, pulled away, chest heaving, reality crashing. We can't, again, more to myself. This can't happen. But eyes said he wouldn't let go. And deep down, neither would I. Next days, blur of stolen glances, whispered words. Every alone moment, tension palpable. Excuses to brush, touch, almost explainable. Soon, happened again. Kitchen, late night snack, brownstone quiet, Richard away. Lost in thought, felt him behind me. Couldn't sleep? Low, smooth voice. Turned to face him, heart racing, standing close, too close, eyes weak knees. Neither could I, added, gaze dropping to lips. Knew what was coming, should stop it, didn't, couldn't. Close distance, lips capturing mine, kiss gentle, demanding. Hands to chest, skin warm. Lifted me onto counter, body pressing mine. Forgot everything. Who we were, what this meant, what it could cost. Over, breathless, staring at each other in dim kitchen light. Wanted to say something, explain, apologize, but words wouldn't come. Just nodded, slid off counter, left room, no word. After that night, no denying what was happening. Didn't talk about it, define it, just let it happen. Quiet moments alone. Living room afternoon, blinds drawn, brownstone empty. My office late night, door locked, computer screen glow. Pool, warm evening, water lapping, lost in each other. Every time, risk more exhilarating. Thought of being caught, Richard walking in, heightened intensity. But each stolen moment, guilt heavier. Told myself end it, find a way to stop. But every time I saw him, those hungry eyes, I gave in. Spiraling, didn't know how to stop. Not just physical, Ethan and me, but emotional chaos after each stolen moment. Every time it happened, told myself last. Woke up determined, rebuild shattered boundaries. Then saw him again, breakfast, kitchen table, hallway walk by, promises dissolved. Most nights, awake, ceiling staring, guilt clawing chest. Richard's side of bed, cold, empty, constant reminder of marriage distance. Even when home, polite roommates, not husband and wife. Long work hours, business deals, relationship formality. No lingering touches, intimate moments, surface talk, perfunctory kiss. Told myself Richard's neglect part reason things with Ethan went so far. Deep down, knew wasn't whole truth. Real reason simpler. Selfish. Ethan made me feel alive, years dormant. Evening, home office, event proposal draft, thinking of Ethan again. Kitchen night, heat of his body, hands gripping waist, like something he couldn't let go. Slammed laptop shut, frustrated, not me. Not kind of woman who cheated, let alone with stepson. But no matter how hard I fought, couldn't stop wanting him. Footsteps in hallway pulled me from thoughts. Looked up, Ethan doorway, hand casually on frame. Working late? Light tone, intense eyes. Nodded, pulse quickened. Just finishing proposal. Stepped into room, door closing behind him. Heart raced as he walked to desk, leaning against edge. You've been avoiding me, low voice. Haven't. You have, interrupted, gaze locked. Why? Couldn't answer. How explain storm of emotions? Guilt, fear, desire, too much. Ethan, we can't keep doing this. Finally, whisper. Why not? Soft, insistent tone. Do you regret it? Question off guard, did I regret it? Knew I should. Every part knew how wrong, but thought about how he made me feel. Alive, wanted, couldn't say yes. Looked away, silence answering. Leaned closer, hand brushed mine on desk. Then why fight it? After he left, sat there hours, torn. Life I built, one I was close to destroying. Richard wasn't bad man, good provider, stable partner, not passionate, not anymore. Not sure I could go back to quiet, predictable routine of marriage after tasting something so wild, intoxicating. Morning, Richard returned from Chicago, tried push Ethan thoughts back. Forced smile, cheek kiss, touch perfunctory distant. Conference, pouring coffee. Exhausting, replied kitchen table, phone scrolling, but productive. Landed deal European firm. That's great, flat voice. Ethan walked in, hair damp shower, stomach twisted. Glanced at me, expression unreadable. Toast, sat across from father. Silence. Unspoken tension. Richard oblivious, emails buried. Couldn't look at Ethan. Next days, distanced myself from Ethan. Work, avoiding him. Pointless. Space between us, connection still there. Simmering, waiting to reignite. Did, unexpectedly. Late evening, Richard headache, early bed, living room, wine, Ethan walked in. Didn't say anything, couch beside me. Silence. Refrigerator hum. Reached out, fingers brushed mine, arm of couch, didn't pull away. Jessica, soft voice, breaking quiet. Turned to look, vulnerability in eyes, chest tightened. I know this is complicated, he said. I know it's wrong, but I can't stop thinking about you. Throat tightened, looked away, unable to meet gaze. You don't know what you're saying, whisper. I do, insisted, hand closing over mine, and I think you feel the same way. Wanted to deny, tell him wrong, but words wouldn't come. Leaned into him, head on shoulder. Silence, weight of emotions. I don't know how to stop this, admitted, barely audible. Didn't answer, hand tightened around mine. Silent acknowledgement, neither did he. Playing with fire, every moment with Ethan, step closer to uncrossable line. Couldn't resist, couldn't let go. Told myself temporary, fade with time. Deep down, new truth. In too deep, no turning back. Bound to happen sooner or later. Longer Ethan and I let it go. Higher stakes, more careless. Convinced ourselves careful enough. Stolen moments timed, whispers alone, listening for Richard's car. Thrill made us reckless sometimes. Friday afternoon, brownstone quiet. Richard left for city, meeting, late return. Ethan backyard, patio tinkering. Told myself stay busy, work. Hours dragged. Resolve weakened. Found him pool edge, legs dangling water. No shirt, athletic shorts, tan skin glistening sun. Getting sun? Casual, walking over, looked up, lazy smile. Something like that. Join me? Hesitated, glanced house. Knew no one home before I talked myself out of it. Sat beside him, sandals off, feet water. Silence. Tension palpable, magnet. Missed this, suddenly, low voice. Turned to him, brow furrowed. Missed what? Gestured between us. Being with you, just being close. Words hit harder than expected. Didn't know what to say. Silence. Reached out, hand brushed his, all it took. Instant. Pulling me closer, lips capturing mine, kiss, heart racing. Didn't resist, couldn't. hands waist, pulling me onto lap, cool water splashing legs lost in each other, unmistakable sound car driveway, reality crashing. "Richard!" gasped, scrambling away from Ethan, froze, panic eyes helped me up fast. Both ran inside, dripping wet. Richard footsteps gravel, front door, darted laundry room towel, wrapped myself. Door opened. Ethan followed, flushed face, t-shirt off counter, slipped it on. "Hey, I'm home," called Foyer. "Hi, honey," forced calm voice, hallway. "Back early?" "Yeah, meeting finished sooner." Briefcase down, eyes scanned me, damp towel. "Swimming?" Shrug. "Just cooling off." Heart pounding, sure he could hear it. Nodded, seemingly satisfied. Turned to Ethan behind me. "You look like you got some sun." "Yeah." Ethan, steady voice, despite tension. "Just pool." Richard didn't notice. Kitchen, fridge, beer. Quick glance with Ethan, moment thought clear. Richard turned back, brow furrowing. "You okay? Seem a little off." "I'm fine," quick smile. "Just tired, I guess." Didn't press, but eyes on me, living room, hands shaking, couch, mind racing, too close, far too close. Later, Richard bed, kitchen, Ethan, counter, water. "That was risky," low voice. "I know," reply, arms crossed. "Can't happen again, not like that." Nodded, but eyes said not ready to let go. Neither was I. After close call, Richard thought I'd wake up. Reality. Risk discovered too high. Even that not enough stop me. Guilt nod. Desire too. Boundaries once immovable, dissolved. Person I used to be, faithful wife, responsible stepmother, distant memory. Afternoon, office alone. Event proposal laptop. Focus, not work. Thoughts, Dylan. Hands on me, lips, memories loop. Couldn't escape. Soft knock door summoned by thoughts. "Come in," steady voice, despite pulse. Door creaked. Ethan stepped in. Unreadable expression. Closed door, leaning against it. Walked over to me. "You've been avoiding me again." Calm, firm tone. "I'm not?" Started, cut me off. "You are. I get it. Complicated. Desk edge. But can't pretend it didn't happen." Sighed, chair back. "I'm not pretending, Ethan. I know what we did. Think about it all the time." "Then why keep running from it?" Eyes locked on mine. "We're adults. We both know what this is." "What this is wrong," trembling voice. "You're my stepson." "Do you know what would happen if Richard found out? If anyone found out?" No response. Silence heavy, then finally spoke. "I don't care about any of that," softly. "I care about you." Words off guard, chest tightened. "Dylan, you don't have to say it back." Quick, whisper. "Just needed you to know." Didn't know how to respond. Part of me push him away, end this. Other part, increasingly losing control, pull him closer, never let go. Night, awake bed, ceiling staring. Richard sound asleep beside me. Slow, even breathing. Compared to Ethan's breath, skin, stomach churned guilt, wave of heat. Got up, careful not wake Richard, downstairs. Brownstone dark, quiet, no lights, didn't need to. Feet new way, guided. Ethan living room, couch, book, looked up, surprise eyes. Couldn't sleep? Book down, shook head, heart pounding. Neither could I. Walked over to him, slow steps. Couch, sat beside him, hands trembling lap. "Dylan," began, whisper. "This, whatever this is, can't keep happening." No response right away. Thought he'd agree. Then hand reached, covering mine. Eyes told me everything. "You don't really want it to stop," softly. Didn't answer. Because he was right. Morning, woke up, more conflicted than ever. Richard up, kitchen table, laptop, coffee. Looked up, small smile. "Morning," he said. "Morning," reply, coffee, sat across. Silence, keyboard clicking. Looked up at me, brow furrowed. "You've been quiet lately," he said. "Everything okay?" Forced smile, quick nod. "I'm fine, just a lot on my mind." Didn't press, but eyes unconvinced. Days turned weeks, slipped further into relationship with Ethan. Not just physical. Way he made me feel, way he looked at me like I was only thing mattered. Way he listened. Way he touched. Richard, invisible. Ethan, alive. Guilt never went away. Every time Richard kissed goodbye, work. Every time asked how day was. Suffocating under betrayal. Knew couldn't live like this. Something had to give. Evening, office alone. Blank document laptop, fingers hovered keyboard, began to type. It started with something so small, adjusting my hair in the basement, and within seconds, everything spiraled. Didn't know why writing it. Maybe words helped make sense. Maybe needed confess, even to myself. As I wrote, realized something. Not just guilt, desire. Story about me. Woman who spent years invisible, finally found way feel alive again. Even if meant crossing lines, never uncross. Finished, closed laptop, hands trembling, didn't know what next. For first time in long time, wasn't afraid to find out.